It has been a while since I've talked about physical health and well-being, and I thought it was time to come clean and share with you guys what I've been doing, what changes I've made, and the tips and tricks that I'm doing that I think a lot of busy moms and or working moms could adopt as well. Hey guys, my name is Sarah, and here on Work Life Glue, our channel where we glue work and life together one piece at a time, we love to share videos that help other busy moms balance work life and everything in between and really maximize your time and get the most out of every minute of your day. And something I have struggled with for a long time, ever since becoming a mom, is fitting in exercise, eating well, and really just taking care of my body. I know it's super important, but after, a 50-hour work week and a side hustle to top it off and a husband who's incredibly busy, it's really hard to make those good choices, to fit it all in. And so I want to share with you what I've been doing. So in the past, I've done keto. I'll link to my videos about that below. I've done Weight Watchers, and now I'm just moving toward a more healthy, wholesome, overall lifestyle where I'm not necessarily counting calories, I'm not counting points, I'm just trying to make better choices every day and fit in exercise and give myself some wiggle room as well. I just really wanted to find something that would work long term if we get pregnant again, which is something we still are wanting eventually. So I don't really want to go with a program that I'm not going to be able to sustain during pregnancy, because during pregnancy, quite honestly, I eat like crap because I'm throwing up all the time and I just need to eat whatever I can keep down. And so I didn't want to cut out all the carbs again, because that's almost all of what I can actually eat when I'm pregnant. And I also didn't want to be counting points because that's not really sustainable with pregnancy. So I wanted to just try to eat cleaner, make better choices. So as I, gear up for that last pregnancy, potentially, I'm ready and I'm, my body is getting used to healthier foods and stuff like that. Okay, so what am I doing? So in the food department, what I'm doing, Dawn from the Middle of Mom, we all know and love her, she talked about this cookbook a few weeks ago called Cook Once, Eat All Week. I have started it, I love it. So I'm actually using this for lunches and dinners. So in our house, my husband is doing the carnivore diet, which is basically just eating things that come from animals most of the week. And he's done really well on that. It works well for him. And he's gone a lot, so I don't like to take him into consideration for all our meals because I don't always know when he's gonna be home. So he usually just makes some burgers, cheeseburgers without the bun, and some eggs is usually what he has. And then I want to incorporate more fresh, wholesome, homemade meals for our girls. I don't give them a ton of it because they're picky and I don't want it to go to waste, but I do offer it at every meal. So I've been loving this because it not only saves us time in the kitchen, it takes about an hour to meal prep on Sundays. It's saving us money on our grocery bill significantly, I've noticed. And it helps me because I don't have to prep separate lunches. So basically what we do is we prep these meals. I try to make one of the meals on Sunday night, and then I will use that often for daycare lunch the next day, and then I eat the same lunch. And now if the kids aren't eating that lunch, I'll just still eat it myself. And then, that night we'll make another one of the meals, and then I'll have that for lunch the next day, so on and so forth. And it makes enough that it definitely feeds my family, my two little girls, me for suppers, a daycare lunch, and then some for me to still eat. So I'm trying to eat that as much as possible for suppers and lunches because it's a lot of lean meats pretty much, and healthy meats, and it's a lot of vegetables, not a lot of carbs, and you could sub out the carbs if you want, but I'm not doing a no carb diet. But it's just really those wholesome, back to basics ingredients, but really flavorful and delicious. So I'm loving that. And then I try to skip breakfast every day. This is something I started doing intermittent fasting when I started doing the keto diet over a year ago now. And it just worked really well for my life because I'm usually so busy in the mornings, I don't really have time to eat. But I do find that I still miss a good buttered bagel. So I'm allowing myself to have a buttered bagel once a week. I think it's important to still allow yourself to have certain things because otherwise I just end up eating them and feeling guilty, and then I'll eat them again the next day and again the next day because I'm like, I already fell off the bandwagon, might as well eat it again. But if I just say I can have one a week, then I look forward to that day. I eat it that day, and then I'm less likely to eat it again until the next week. I'm not gonna lie, something else I struggle with that I'm sure other moms can identify with is finishing my kids' plates. I know that probably sounds gross, especially if you're not a mom, but I have one really picky 4-year-old and a 2-year-old who one day will love a food and one day will hate it, or she's not hungry. And so a lot of times they have extra food on their plate, or we have extra leftovers of whatever I made for them, like for the daycare for lunch, and I end up eating it because it just looks so good. And I'm really working on not doing that. So if you have any tips on how not to do that, I try to make less, but it's really hard with kids to know how much they're actually gonna eat. So I've really been trying to cut back on that because I think that's really where the extra calories are coming from. And it's not like I'm gaining weight, I just haven't lost much weight. And then another thing I'm doing is trying to eat a smaller lunch and a bigger supper. I don't know what it is. I think it's because lunch is my first meal of the day. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna have these leftovers and these veggies, and I come to the table with like a ton of food and I find myself getting super full super quickly but wanting to finish. So I'm really trying to work on a smaller lunch to tide me over. Maybe I could have a little snack before, you know, between lunch and supper, and then a bigger supper. And since it's only 2 meals or maybe 2.5 if I have a snack, it's not like tons and tons of calories. And since the lunch is smaller, I can indulge more at supper. And then my one other guilty pleasure is popcorn. So I'm trying to allow myself to have 1 bag of popcorn at night. It's not super high calorie. I get the Orville Redenbacher's Simply Salted Natural, so it's very low calorie overall, but still it's like a big portion since I'm eating the whole bag. And so I allow myself that once a week as well. So now for the exercise department, this by far has been my biggest struggle ever since I became a mom. In college, I worked out like crazy, an hour every day. I was super fit, best shape of my life. And I remember thinking, how are moms not doing this? Like, it's so easy to fit it in. But that's before adulting happened and before I had a full-time job and a husband and kids and this YouTube channel and everything else. It gets to be a lot. And so by the time the night rolls around, I'm exhausted, and in the morning I'm getting up at 4 to work on this channel, and so I just have very little extra time. Like, what mom has extra time? So what I've decided, because I've gone 4 years now just not really having a consistent exercise routine because I don't want to sacrifice family time, I'm too tired at night, and I'm already working on stuff in the morning and at nap time. So instead of making excuses, I decided to start working out at night with my kids before their bedtime a couple days a week, 2 to 3 days a week, as a family. So if my husband's home, I can do it on my own, but if he's not, or if my kids want to be involved, I allow them to be. Now in the winter, we're stuck indoors a lot. It's not like I can go out and run, nor would I really want to, and it's dark at 5, so I wanted to find something I could still do at home and not sacrifice my time, and I don't feel anymore like I'm actually sacrificing family time. I put working out with my kids off for a long time because I didn't want to sacrifice family time, but I'm realizing now that there are so many benefits to working out with my kids while they're awake, more than there are sacrifices. First of all, they're seeing me get healthy. They're seeing the importance of taking care of our body. They see a mom who values herself, who values her body, who thinks being active is important. I am teaching them what exercise looks like. They're doing it with me. They're exercising. You know, it's just, there's so many benefits to it that I no longer look at it like I'm sacrificing family time, because it can be fun, especially if it's like a dance workout. We can dance together and laugh and have a good time. So I'm doing Beachbody On Demand. I signed up with a coach. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. I've done it in the past, and I'm currently trying to do the Morning Meltdown series. It's 100 different workouts. They're all about 25-30 minutes, which is awesome. I don't do it in the morning, I do it at night, but it's just really helped me to fit it in. It's not very expensive for a whole year, and you can get it right onto your TV and work out at home. I love it. So these are the changes I have made to my health and wellness. I'm not focused on losing weight anymore, although I would love that. I'm gonna wait to focus on like hardcore losing weight until we're completely done having children, because I just think the back and forth, up and down, especially after having really hard pregnancies, especially with nausea. I don't want to lose a bunch of weight and then feel super guilty to gain it back after I can finally eat during pregnancy. So I give you guys permission to give yourself grace, to put yourself first, to sacrifice certain things in your life, and look at the benefits that they're going to add. It's not all negative. There are benefits. I want to know, do you guys work out? When do you fit it in? And what is your diet plan? What is your plan when it comes to eating so that you can be healthy? Because at the end of the day, no matter what my weight is, I just want to be making healthy choices. I forgot to mention, I recently launched a Facebook group called Work Life Glue Moms Group. This is an amazing Facebook group with over 450 members so far, where we talk about how we balance work and life and everything in between, but also how we try to up-level all areas of our life, try to be the best version of ourselves that we can be while still being moms and being good moms, but still, you know, being individuals and trying to enhance all the different areas of our life. It is an amazing group, and I know so many busy moms can benefit, so if you are interested, the link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any tips and tricks that you want to share, make sure you head over to our community tab and you can find this video there and leave your comments there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.